We have team coverage for you this evening. Katrin Asaf has important information on what you can do to protect your home in these extreme conditions.
But we begin with Claire Kreitz, who is hitting the snow-packed pavement in order to give you an up-close look at how dangerous the roads are. Claire.
Yeah, guys, it is slippery out there. We are actually behind a snowplow. We are on Broadway in North Little Rock, and this is, one of the best roads that we have seen so far. Those main thoroughfares, the main roads, those are pretty clear now that the snowplows have gone through, but you can still see, if you look down at the ground, it is white. You cannot see the asphalt. So, there is that packed snow on the ground. As you said, the side streets are a big concern because the plows haven't gotten there yet, trying to make sure that they get those main roads, and those side streets still have 8 to 10 inches of snow on the ground. The biggest tip, stay in the grooves. People have gone through these roads, so stay in those grooves, and of course drive slow. Do not slam on your brakes. But again, it is slippery, so hang on to that wheel, both hands on the wheel, and stay focused on the roads. Now again, we're advising everyone to stay off the streets, but I did talk to a few people who braved the conditions just like us, and they say it was a pretty interesting experience. Take a listen.
Let's see.
Up to 8 inches of snow blanketing central Arkansas, making it look like a winter wonderland. But the roads are anything but wonderful.
Situations like this, they're pretty monumental, and so we're behind.
David Bogard works for a parking company downtown. With a plow mounted to the front of his truck, he had to wait for the snow to settle before he could get out to clear the roads.
We just couldn't keep up with it, so we sat back and waited till it's finished, and we'll be going all day and most of the night.
By late afternoon, most of the snow on main roads was plowed. But the side streets,
it's been rough in patches.
Still covered in that white blanket.
A lot of people in ditches today. We've helped a couple people out like that.
Lou Dillahunty had to get out for work, but says his truck was equipped to make the trip.
If you have four-wheel drive, it's not too bad as long as you, go slow under the speed limit, get plenty of space.
From those forced out to those venturing out. Jen Moquin and John Rice made the trek to have some fun sledding with their daughters.
We got nervous on one for a minute on Cantrell, but pulled through.
Just like Dillahunty, they say the name of the game.
Four-wheel drive. I wouldn't go out here without four-wheel drive.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. And it was lucky we had the truck.
Whether you have all-wheel drive or not, the biggest tip if you do get behind the wheel?
If you think you're going slow enough, slow down.
Now, we did see multiple cars stuck, those side streets, a big place that people were getting stuck, but we also saw lots of cars stuck on the interstate, on, the off-ramps, on-ramps, you name it. LRPD also said that they were working several accidents and responding to several 911 calls. So again, please don't get out on the roads if you don't have to, but if you do, make sure to pack an emergency bag. I'm talking water, food, warm clothes, just in case you do get stuck, because it could take tow trucks and emergency responders a while to get to you. Reporting live in North Little Rock, I'm Claire Kreitz. Back to you.
Hey, Claire, real quick, I know you mentioned you're driving up and down Broadway. That looks pretty good considering the conditions. Can you give us a better perspective on what the interstates look at this hour? I know RDOT is out there with the sand and salt trucks trying to create at least one passable lane. Is that what you've seen and have experienced?
Yes, and that one passable lane is accurate. The interstates definitely, you're not driving in multiple lanes. You're not trying to go around people. It is one straight shot. Again, stay in those grooves, stay in the lower areas, and that's your best bet.